So hey guys, it's Lizzie and welcome to my first ever speed build. So please do not set your expectations too high, as I have no idea what I'm doing as of right now. I'm totally agreeing to all that. So just let's get started and jump right into it. So what I will be working on today is your typical British suburban house. We're talking red brick suburbs. Literally you can find them all around the UK. And right here you can see me struggle with the windows. And I have to address one thing. Even though we have quite a big variety of windows, there is still not enough. I mean, like, we're talking swatches, we're talking styles. Really often windows from different packs just don't go together. And I wish they did. And this time I went with the university front doors because I had two main reasons for doing so. Firstly, the doorknob. As probably not many of you know, we Brits freaking love doorknobs. It's like a pet peeve. Kind of joking here, but you can find doorknobs literally everywhere. And the second thing is that little rectangular part in the door, right in the middle, which is a mailbox for everyone not living in the UK or not having those. This is a mailbox, and the postman just slips your post through that and lands right in front of your feet. And it's freaking amazing. We do not have to leave the house to get our post. Come on. Because the game is, I would say, American based, we have mailboxes that stand outside the house. They're like freestanding mailboxes. And I wish we had the option to have the mailbox in our door. Come on. I bet there are tons of Brits playing the game. Do something for us, please. But yeah. So I also use white columns because, in my opinion, red brick and white columns, like white edges of the building, always look so nice. And here you can see me working on a patio part. I have no idea how you can call it professionally. I just always call it a patio. And we're talking this weird glass, kind of like greenhouse looking thingy right on the back of the house. And to be honest, I really have to tell you that most people do not have enough space inside of the house to have a proper dining room, so they put their table right in there and make a dining room out of that. And I freaking love it. The lighting is amazing. And again, the struggle with the windows, as always. Struggling so hard to find the right shape, the right colour for everything to go together. And to be honest, I did struggle a lot with the patio and the shape of it, because roofing that was a nightmare. So here you can see me trying to recreate those really steep stairs that you can find literally in any of those houses. They are so small and everything is so cramped in them that if you are going up the stairs, you always feel like one step back and you're going to fall on your ass down them because they're so steep. And I'm not the only person who thinks so. The roofing struggle is back. So here you will just see me kind of experimenting with the shape of the patio, and while I'm doing so, I will give you some historic facts about those kind of houses. So the British suburbs took their final shape that we know so well after the 1800s, so we're talking 19th century here, and they were created mainly for the working class and less wealthy people, to offer them healthier and happier place to live, further away from the factories and all the, pollution. And I think that worked well, to be honest. They might be small, cramped, and not looking so classy on the outside, but they really were a huge thing, and they still are. 8 out of 10 Brits live in one of those. So, guess they're still, can't say they're trendy, but people still do live in them. You can see my roofing struggle continues. And at this moment, I just decided to turn the BB that move objects on and put some greenery on top of the roof to make it look nicer, because that ledge was driving me crazy. And one thing I will say, you can never go wrong with a bit of shrubs, with a bit of greenery. I think that when building, the garden parts, the green parts are the most important ones. Well, nearly the most important ones, because they make the house look alive and not like a, concrete or brick box. And another thing that I freaking love, we're talking flower boxes in front of the windows, on the front. And I feel like those are such a huge thing, and they always look so nice. They make the house come together and not look so bored, and we're not talking bored as, eye-catching. We're talking bored as lacking of accessories. Yeah, let's call them house accessories. And here I go back to the gardening part of the roofing, and I have to say one thing. We have freaking 50 shades of green in the game. Every plant is different shade of green, and it's driving me crazy. I would have left the roof like that. I mean, only the leaves that I put on at first, but they didn't match the plants. I mean, the color didn't match the plants going up the wall of the house, so I had to mix it up, because the plants on the wall are like this toned green, and the leaves going down the roof were just kind of neon green, and it didn't fit together well. So I just put more shrubs and flowers there, and I think I am quite happy with how it turned out, to be honest. Spent a good half an hour, maybe 40 minutes trying to make everything work. And I do have to say that I did a really bad job editing, but it's midnight. Yeah, it's 1:45. I'm recording this voiceover right after I finished edited it, and I did see a couple of places where I messed up, but decided to just leave it because it's too late to fix it now, and it will take just way too much time that I do not have. So you'll see kind of weird jumps in between, so that's my fault. Another roofing problem, great. And basically I struggled with this house a lot. I was not following any floor plan or anything like that. I just kind of went into my phone's gallery, searched for some pictures of the suburban houses that I live next to, and just went with it. I've never been inside this exact house, so I was just kind of eyeballing where everything would go, and I did F it up with the bedrooms, because right at that moment I realised that I have no space for master bedroom. Like any of the rooms will not fit a 2x3 bed, and I do not like to play with the BB objects code when it comes to placing the beds, because it often causes tons of problems, and I like my buildings to be playable. So you can see there is one kind of bigger bedroom, two smaller bedroom for the kids. And if you're wondering what the hell is the cook here doing there, the random table, I was just mapping out where I want to put everything. And you will see me just kind of hesitate on many things here where they should go, and I just kind of ended up figuring how to do things. And yeah, this is the jump I was talking about. We just jumped into the front of the house and me paving the walkway to the house. And another thing, if I'm complaining, I will complain. Nobody will stop me. Rocks. We have 5 different rocks, and I love paving like that. So it's a struggle to size them down, rotate them all the time to make it look kind of natural. I just wish that the game creators did like a fence looking like rocks, so it would be way easier, and they look so freaking good. Another jump. Thank you, editing, you really effed it up. Okay, so here you can see me trying to do the kitchen, and yes, you can clearly see the washer and the dryer inside. Wash and dry in the kitchen. Welcome to the UK. Nearly every freaking house has them in their kitchen. I just feel that UK houses are so small that we do not have enough space for the laundry room. I mean, you could put them in the garage, but I decided not to. I decided to go with my British blood and put them in the kitchen, and you can see here that I managed to squeeze in the table and actually do a dining area out of the patio, even fit some like shelving with some flowers on it, because as I think said a couple of times, you can never go wrong with the greenery, with the shrubs, with the flowers. And the tea set, 5 p.m, 5 o'clock tea time is something. Okay, another thing that I want to mention is this flooring. We're talking here these concrete tiles, or linoleum. Sorry, do not know how to pronounce that clearly, but you can find it literally anywhere and everywhere. And I'm not saying I like it, but it's there. And another thing, the living area, it is so freaking small, but the kitchen turned out a bit too big. Didn't have any idea how to make it smaller, and usually the houses are in that open plan, because that is an open plan to me. I think if I cut the kitchen in half and add up a couple of walls, it might have looked more realistic, but the living area would be small anyway, so I just decided not to bother. And you literally can find different kind of shelving everywhere. And this is just like random shelving you can put your keys on or something like that. And the breakfast table, many of us do not have those in our houses. We usually just dine in the dining part, but I find open spaces in the game really annoying, so I try to fit something in there. And there is another jump. We've been into future, now we're back to the past. Once again, thank you, editing Liz. But yeah, you can see how kind of the front garden took its shape. And I always like front gardens to be really bushy and full of flowers and colour, because I feel like they make the house come to life. And I'm not talking only in the game. If you walk down the street and you see a beautiful front garden, you are like, that person is doing an amazing job. I love their house. It makes the house look so much prettier. And another time again, basically again the struggle with the rocks. And I cut out bits and parts of me doing the rock outline. That's basically why we jump in between future and the past, because the clips kind of, I don't know what happened to them, but the chronological order just messed up. So yeah, here you can see my other British suburban house next doors, and I was just kind of going with the garden in the same direction that I did. There you can find both of the houses on my gallery. I will link it down below. And again, we're back to paving. And as I said, I want a fence that is made out of rocks, so we just can glide it in one swipe of your mouse, and so it will look good. And I usually do not modify the terrain a lot, because I find it really frustrating. Always struggle with this word. So that's why most of my houses are on a flat terrain. And here you can see me kind of shading the outline of the plants and the rocks to make it look more realistic. The grass isn't so realistic itself, so you just need to do a bit shading here and there for it to look better. In that moment I realised I messed it up with the doors to the garage, and yeah, if you didn't see that, I ended up putting them outside because the fireplace wouldn't just fit. Everyday struggle in such a small house. We're doing some walkways here and there, and I put some monkey bars here for the children, because we do have 2 children bedrooms, so I decided to give it a little bit of that personalization touch. A few flower pots, flower beds, I think they're called, to level up my Sims gardening skill. And about the built-in wardrobes, as Americans would call them, I think closets, but we just call them built-in building wardrobes, and they're a necessity in every British house. Like, come on, we do not have space for different rooms to store our clothes, so we have to build them into the walls. They're quite handy. They just do not stick outside the walls, so you're saving space as well. And here I was again struggling. Basically, this build was just me struggling 90% of the time. I do think we have not enough artwork in the game, and I just usually do not bother with putting stuff on the walls, because my thinking is like, I won't see them anyway, so why should I bother and stress out about something I will not see? Another plant, because plants are really important. Here you can see that I managed to squeeze in the master. And another thing, I know I hear people shouting in the comments down below, what the hell did you do with the carpets here? I'm just going with the theme. Like, come on. If you've never been to a British house, you do not know that carpets in the whole room are a thing. They were a thing. Don't know if they still are. Probably in the older houses, yes. So we do not have rugs and like loose carpets, if I can call them that. Our carpets are from one wall to the other wall. And yeah, oh yeah, I just realised I fricked it up with the wall. Sorry for the weird noises, but people are bored because of the quarantine, and they're driving around on their like motorcycles and other vehicles, making ton of noise and annoying me. Oh, and the grandfather clock. That was a necessity. So I hope you enjoyed it. You can write down in the comment sections if you liked it or not, what I could change to make it better, what would you like to see me do in the future. And I will leave you here. Have a nice day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, and peace out. And I'll let you finish watching, because right here I'm nearly done, so you'll see the end result really soon.